Here united to stand for justice on behalf of Tanika Mitchell and her case against Planet Fitness for discriminating against her and denying her a promotion that she so rightfully deserved. You know, Maya Angelou, the great poet, said, "A person will often forget what you say to them. They will often forget what you do to them. But they will never forget of how you made them feel." And how Planet Fitness made Miss Mitchell feel was as if she was inferior. As if nothing she could have done could have made her worthy. She believes Planet Fitness discriminated against her because of the color of her skin. And it's shameful after we have, for the first time, recognized federally Juneteenth, that we know there are still many obstacles we have to overcome in America to deal with the racial reckoning that continues to be the vestiges of slavery as it relates to African Americans. And so Planet Fitness, the message is direct. If you don't respect black women, don't expect to have business from black people, not just here in Central Florida, but all across America. Because we stand with Tanika Mitchell. We stand with Tanika Mitchell. We stand against racism. We stand against discrimination. We stand against implicit bias. And Planet Fitness, the question is, where do you stand? And we need not hear your words. Your actions speak loud enough. Right now, we're going to have my co-counsel, attorney Daniel Nesheiwat, address you, and attorney Aaron Roberson will then address you, and then we'll have Ms. Mitchell say a brief word, and then Dina and all of us will try to answer your questions. Daniel?
Thank you. We hope that the justice we anticipate for Ms. Mitchell is a wake-up call to all large corporations. Selective discrimination in hiring and promoting employees is unacceptable. Ms. Tanika Mitchell is a working mother whose exemplary professional conduct should have allowed her to rise through the ranks. Instead, she is single-handedly fighting a Goliath so that her son, daughter, and fellow Black Americans may be treated as Americans by corporations to whom they've given loyalty and passion. Let's loudly and soundly reject the notion that skin color has any bearing on a person's ability to rise. Thank you.
Well said, Daniel. And now we'll have attorney Aaron Roberson.
Good afternoon. My name is Aaron Roberson, and I have the pleasure of representing Ms. Mitchell in her quest to seek justice against Planet Fitness for their discriminatory practices. At Planet Fitness, they have this motto called a no judgment zone, yet they judge their employees based on race. If you're Black, they don't want to promote you into management. If you're not Black, they'll violate civil laws, they'll violate their own policies to promote you into management. Why is that? Because their policy actually is this: if you are Black, you can work beneath us, but not beside us. At Planet Fitness, Ms. Mitchell, she assumed the role of manager. She traveled to gyms. She helped open up new gyms, trained employees. And then Planet Fitness would turn around and promote the employees that Miss Mitchell trained over Miss Mitchell. For example, an employee who had been working there for no more than 8 months was promoted over Miss Mitchell. Miss Mitchell trained that employee. Miss Mitchell had been working there for 5 years, doing everything that Planet Fitness asked her to do. And Planet Fitness violated their own written policy, which states you must work with Planet Fitness for at least 1 year before you're promoted into management. And they promoted someone who had worked there for no more than 8 months. So I guess that policy just applies to black employees. Because their motto is, if you're black, you can work beneath us, but not alongside us. Miss Mitchell, she did everything they asked, acting as a general manager at times. And you know what? They won't give her the title. They won't give her the pay. They won't give her the respect that she deserves. And that's why we're bringing this lawsuit, to put Planet Fitness on notice that the justice system will not tolerate Planet Fitness's discriminatory actions. We want Planet Fitness to promote based upon merit, not based on race, to treat all employees equally. And I hope you, the media, and the people that are watching this, I hope you continue to follow this story. Because this legal team, we will be hard at work to put the pressure on Planet Fitness. Thank you for your time.
And now we're going to hear from Ms. Mitchell and to Attorney Nesheiwat as well as Attorney Roberson. They are here. They have been making the case for Ms. Mitchell, and they've been together. I just found out that Dina and Daniel actually were high school classmates of Ms. Mitchell. And so they've been standing in solidarity long before they had to run up against this enemy of equality in Planet Fitness. And when you think about it, Attorney Roberson, it's kind of ironic. We're confronting Planet Fitness over injustices and implicit bias here on planet Earth, when you think about if ever there was a time in the past 12 months that we would hope that not just cities all across America, but cities all across the globe, everywhere on this planet, that we will have a greater respect and appreciation for all of God's children. The fact that Ms. Mitchell, as Attorney Roberson just made the case so plainly, was discriminated against, and it's a prima facie case because you violated your policies to promote younger, less experienced white people, but you would not give her an opportunity, even though she had worked at different Planet Fitnesses for far greater time than those individuals. And so Planet Fitness, not on planet Earth will we continue to tolerate this.
Yep.
Please give your attention to Ms. Mitchell, who is not going to say much because we are in litigation right now, but she just wants to make a statement of principle.
My country, 'tis of thee, sweet lands of liberty. I am a woman of faith, therefore I give God all the glory first and foremost. I am taking a stand today in hopes that my daughter, 15-year-old Soraya, will not have to go through or tolerate what I have gone through, and especially when it's 2021. I stand for all young African American ladies, even the young men, so that we can push forward, so we can just have a better world, a better USA. And I just want to thank everyone. I'd like to thank Dina for all her hard work and support, Attorney General here, Mr. Dr. Ben Crump, and Deron, as well as Aaron Roberson and Daniel Nesheiwat for all your hard work and support. Thank you.
Thank you.
How did it make you feel to keep getting past levels in this job?
It was very humiliating, but I remain humble.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Was there anything that you could possibly think, to play devil's advocate,
We'll
why
never
they
turn
would
it
not
around.
do that? Why wouldn't they not let you be a gentleman?
Well, I think I can answer this. So, when Miss Mitchell, after 5 long years, had finally got a chance to interview for general manager, she didn't get the job. Like a good employee, afterwards she asked, "Why didn't I get it?" And guess what they said to her? They said, "We are afraid to make you a general manager because you'll hire people like you."
My Lord.
What did they mean by that comment? Someone like Miss Mitchell, who's trained other employees. Someone like Miss Mitchell, who's never had a bad performance review. Someone like Miss Mitchell, who takes a shift on short notice. So when they said they were afraid that she hired people like her, what did they mean by that comment? So I think that's a question that Planet Fitness needs to answer.
Did they elaborate at all as to what they meant by that?
Like I said, that's something that they need to answer because we've asked the question. What did they mean by that comment when they said, "We are afraid you will hire people like you"?
And if they don't answer it now, they'll answer it in court. And that's what this legal team is pushing forward to make sure that this injustice cannot. I'll wait for a second. What we endeavor to do is to make sure that this injustice cannot continue to thrive, to make sure that the lies cannot continue to be proliferated, that she was unworthy of promotion. You know, when you think about injustice, whether it's George Floyd being discriminated against based on the implicit bias of his skin color, or you think about Tanika Mitchell being discriminated against because her skin color, it all comes down to injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And so we intend to go into the courtroom and let the jury know that we're better than this, America. We're better than this, Planet Fitness. You cannot discriminate against black women and expect nobody to stand with black women. We stand with Tanika, and we will continue to stand with Tanika.
How many times was she were you passed over for a
Dina?
position?
Over the past 5
Dina?
Over the past 5 years, almost 6 years that she's worked there, I mean, almost at least 10 times for a assistant general manager position. So there's more than a handful of times, and then giving spurious reasons of why she wasn't being promoted. That was something that was just doesn't make sense to anyone at all.
Can you give an example of one of the excuses were?
Okay. And then we'll make the final statement.
Like I said earlier, they were afraid to hire people like her. And like Attorney Aaron Roberson said earlier, they just completely violated their own policies and civil law to promote non-African Americans. So most of these questions are going to have to be directed at them. And like Attorney Crump said, they're going to do that in the court of law.
What drove you to say enough? I'm filing a lawsuit. Enough.
Well, I know one thing, the EEOC said that she had the right to sue after they examined the facts of what she had to live through these past 5 years. And on top of that, even before she became a manager with Planet Fitness, she had a wealth of management experience and jobs prior to that. So you can imagine the humiliation of younger, inexperienced white people who she trained being promoted over her, and yet she continued to be told that it's not your time. Well, we're saying Planet Fitness today, it is her time. Attorney Natalie Jackson and all of us talk about the implicit bias, not just against black people, but about women. And so this takes on many levels of implicit bias. And I don't know if you want to try to address her question about what made you say.
After all you went through, you said enough.
Well,
This will be the last one.
one of the biggest things was to take a stand for my daughter, who's very scholastic. She finished her 9th grade year with a 5.0, so I'm very proud of my daughter as well. So going forward, we hope that there is a difference made for everyone, all young black women as well. Thank
Amen.
you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank y'all for being here.
And Chris, you want to? Oh, they got our information. Yeah.
Does anybody, you need
Did
any
we
spellings of any
complain out
names?
to the media yet?
It was filed. I don't know.
Lawsuit
Okay.
against Planet Fitness or Sunshine Fitness Management?
Is it lawsuit against Planet
It's,
Fitness, Sunshine Fitness?
It's against Sunshine Fitness Management is doing business as Planet Fitness. So this is what they're called. Yes, they operate Planet Fitness franchises. Yes,
Okay, and then which Planet Fitness location is this?
multiple
She was
throughout this
denied-
area.
Did she work at?
She,
Most recent.
several of them.
Yeah.
She said the most recent one.
Okay.
I am currently employed at the Leesburg Planet Fitness location as their opener.
And that was the one that you were passed on for the last time.
I had applied for multiple positions.
Did you also work at the hospital?
I did, yes ma'am.
And where else?
Clearmount, Eustis.
And as an opener, who's an opener?
If you want to answer that.
We arrive first
No.
and we get the store prepared for business. Get all the paperwork set.
And weren't you acting general manager at some point?
I was acting and I worked as the assistant manager at numerous locations, any place they would send me for the last year.
So she was
Never had the
already
title of
doing.
manager or general manager at all.
I'm sorry, sir.
You never had a title of manager or general manager.
Assistant manager for over
Never
a
got
year.
the title general manager.
Never received the general manager title.
But she was
Though she did
acting as general manager. They just would not give her the title. They would bring in somebody else every time.
Were you
She would train the people who would
She would train the people that they would promote to general manager, but they would never promote her. Thank you, Dina.
The lawsuit said
Okay.
that she was once
That's good.
told
You good.
to make a better assistant manager, assistant general manager down south. That was in the paper.
Yeah.
What did you how
Well,
did you interpret
that's it for her now. You all have our information. We want to make sure everybody gets the lawsuit. Just reach out.
Attorney Ben Crump filing that lawsuit.